This is gonna be a step-by-step training on exactly how to find the best remote sales clients out there in 2024. It is not gonna be those like outdated methods that everyone else is telling you online. It's just send DMs to people, or you should just like send out these like Facebook messages and stuff like that, because that stuff, to be honest with you, it doesn't work. It's so freaking saturated. There's people like all over the world in like third world countries who are reaching out using those methods, so they don't work. And in this video, I'll walk you through what actually does work, and some of the stuff that my one-on-one students inside of my own program are using, I'll share with you for free watching this video, so you can learn strategies that some of the people I work with have used to go from complete beginners to landing roles in 1, 2, 3 weeks of starting from scratch and getting into really, really good companies by using the strategies I walk you through. So before we get into it, obviously if you want my actual one-on-one coaching and my mentorship, I'm not going to try to sell you on anything, but if you're interested and you actually want to work with me one-on-one and get the help to land opportunity faster and get my coaching and handholding and things like that, click the top link in the description, book a call, and I'll see if I can actually help you out on that call. But let's get into it. So first thing you need to understand is like what everyone else out there is doing is just going on Instagram and just like DMing business owners and just like sending out like a very basic script to basically like every single business owner, copy and paste, just sending that shit out. And that stuff, it doesn't work, you know? If your mentor or like whoever you're watching online is telling you to do that, like don't do it. You're just wasting your time. The thing you need to understand is like a business owner, they're getting tons of DMs every single freaking day from people who are looking to become their remote sellers, or people who want to do their ads, or people who want to do copywriting for them. Like they have all these people DMing them, people from India and people from like all over the world who are DMing them every single day. And no offense against Indians, but like from the business owner's perspective, what happens is like they just see, like if you're sending out DMs that are just like copy and paste, it looks like everyone else, they're just gonna group you together with all these other people that are reaching out to them. You're never gonna actually stand out doing it that way. So the first piece of advice I want to give you, and like really the main thing you need to understand to succeed with outreaching to businesses and landing a role, the first thing you need to understand is you need to stand out from everyone else. How do we do that though? That's the question, you know? How do we stand out? Number one, you need to be personal. You need to say something that's actually personal, that's actually directly connected to the business owner, so they can actually see that you actually follow them and you actually resonate with their brand, and like just make something that's really like personalized to them. Something you can do is, for example, sending out like a video that's going to be more personalized towards the actual business owner. Sending out the video where you're talking directly to them and you're sharing something about yourself and like something that you observed with them, something that you resonate with. Just like connect as much as possible with the business owners. Other ways you can do is you can go on YouTube, and there's ways that you can find like their email addresses on YouTube, which can allow you to basically reach out to them through there. But the main thing that you need to understand is like, first off, obviously you want to stand out from everyone else. You need to use strategies, and like if you can like find these like strategies that no one else is using, you're gonna win. You know, if you can maybe go on LinkedIn instead and like reach out to people, or you can reach out to a business owner on like 4 different platforms. Like the more the more you can think for yourself and come up with more like creative ideas of reaching out, the better. You know, if you can find new platforms that no one else is reaching out to, even if you can send like physical letters, or if you have like a contact network where someone you know can refer you, like all that stuff is gonna help you. But like the thing that's gonna trump all that stuff, like the thing you need to understand more than anything else, is that none of these strategies actually matter unless you are good at what you do. You know, because like the thing you need to get is like, it doesn't matter if you're the worst seller ever. It doesn't matter if you have the best outreach strategy like in the world. If you're a bad remote salesperson, if you're not good at your actual skill set, if you haven't gotten the proper practice in, you don't actually have the right, like a good skill set, it doesn't matter if you have a good outreach strategy, because you might end up landing an interview, but if you're not actually good, you're not gonna be able to show up at that interview. You're not gonna know like how to handle the interview and like what to say. And when it comes time for you to actually like show your skill sets, you're not gonna be able to perform. So the thing you need to focus on first off, and I see a lot of people get this wrong, is a lot of people think like, okay, I just need to like have the perfect way of reaching out to clients and I'll land it. But the thing that you really like, that's gonna allow you to really like crush remote sales, is you developing a fucking killer skill set. And that's obviously, it's not the answer that you want to hear, because it's not like the get rich quick thing, but it's the reality. That's what's going to actually get you to a very high level, you know? Because think about it like this, like if someone is really freaking good, if you've done a lot of like practice, if you've really developed a very high level skill set, you're good at, you know what to say, you have the right tonality, you have the right like understanding of sales and all that stuff, like you're naturally going to end up in the right positions. You will end up getting in, like when you're on an interview, you will land whatever position that you're speaking with. You know, you'll be able to just come through with all these different offers. But if you get into it and you try to just find like the golden outreach strategy, and you don't really like know the actual skill set, you end up on interviews, and then you're not gonna be able to perform on interviews, and you're just missing out on all these hot opportunities unless you have your skill set developed first. And not only that, but once you're also good, you're also gonna start getting connected. Like you will naturally get connected with high level people, you know? If you get into a role and you are really good, you will naturally get, like your network will build and will evolve as you're high performing. Like for me, for example, I've been in remote sales now for the last 2 years, so a bit more than that actually. And when I started off, I sucked in the space, but I quickly developed, I got better, I got my college reviewed, I got feedback from my mentor, and I was able to get to a point where I started like making connections in the space. I started like networking with successful business owners who I was then able to land offers with down the road, because I expanded my network because I was good and I actually developed a skill set. So that's where your focus needs to be. You need to be focusing on like, getting as good as possible, because if you're good and if you have the right guidance, and you just like focus on building your skill set, your chances of landing good opportunities are so much bigger, instead of you just looking for like the shiniest and the best way to find offers, you know. Obviously both are important, but first when you get into it, you need to focus on developing a skill set. And once you have somewhat of a skill set and you know what you're doing, then you go into finding good opportunities and like how to reach out to offers in the best way possible. So if you want help with all this stuff, that's exactly what I give my students inside of my one-on-one mentorship, where I basically help guys go from zero, give you all the training, the psychology, practice the stuff which you literally hold your hand step by step all the way. So I'm not gonna try to like sell you on like this course or anything. What I do is one-on-one hand holding and literally like take you from where you are right now. As long as you're ready to work hard, I'll get you to a point where you can actually start making money. And pretty soon with this, as long as you're ready to commit and you're ready to work hard. So if you want to get that help, and if you're someone who's really ready to work hard, ready to commit, and you're not going to be making excuses, and you're not going to like push stuff off and things like that. If you're that type of person who's ready to really commit, you can click the link down below in the description, book a call with me, and on that call, basically what's going to happen is we'll just figure out like if I can actually help you. If that's the case, I'll be able to invite you into my coaching. I'll be able to help you, give you all the training, the blueprint, the opportunities, get access to my entire network with basically a shortcut to get access to good opportunities, and I'll hold your hand to help you succeed with this. So that's all there's option for you. If you're not interested in doing that, no worries at all. I'm going to keep coming with this video, so comment down below in the description what you want to see in the next video, and subscribe so you don't miss out on the future content coming out on the channel. And remember, 2 most important things to land a sales opportunity: number 1, develop the skill set, you need to get good, and number 2, when you do your outreach, you need to stand out from everyone else and be creative in terms of how to reach out to companies, and you'll be golden. That's it for right now. I'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Thanks for watching. Ciao.